Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Learn with Virali. I'm Virali, your guide on this coding adventure. In today's episode, let us take up a challenge of creating an apply now button, which is going to be an animated button, which is going to have some hover effects on it. So let us first look on how this button should actually look like before we dive deep into the challenge. So this is how the button should look like. When you hover over the button, it should be giving you a hover effect with the color, and the icon should move a little bit on the right hand side, as you can see. So let's get started. Alright, so the code solution looks something like this. We'll be building two different files, one for HTML and the second one for CSS, having it stored as an external CSS file. As you can see, we can use this shortcut of using the blueprint or getting the blueprint ready of our HTML document. Once we are ready with that, in the body tag we'll be having one button which is gonna have a name as apply now, and then we will be also keeping an icon right next to the text of apply now, making sure that we are able to address the exact challenge that we had seen before. So that's where we'll be building that SVG as an icon, and then we'll be having a rule defined for that icon as it is gonna be expanding over the hover effect. So now let us move on to our CSS file. Once we are in the CSS file, we'll be having to address the button class that we had created in our HTML document as a button with a button class. So now we'll be addressing this button class as in what are the effects in terms of margin, in terms of padding, in terms of transition that we would need in order for addressing to the actual challenge that we had seen before. So be using margin top, margin left, we'll be keeping the position as relative and showing the transition as ease in out, making sure that it shows up a smooth transition once we hover over it. Now, next we'll be coming onto the icon styling, where we'll be giving the width and the height, making sure that it actually aligns with the size of the button and the text. Next, we'll be specifying what needs to happen over the hover effect. So it is gonna transform with a border color, and this is gonna be our border color. Now my border colors are highlighted because I have installed an extension called as colorize. You can also go onto the extensions part and install extension as colorize. So it is going to highlight all different colors that you're going to write in your CSS files. This was for the button hover effect. Now we'll be defining the hover effect onto the icon, as it is going to translate to a 4 pixel as in the bigger size once we start hovering over it. Next, what should happen before the hover effect? It should ease out to infinite. And then what should happen before the button? So the content would be nothing, yet we had replaced our content as apply now. And then next we'll be defining the RGB scheme for the color changes or the linear gradients, making sure that we have a proper effect once we hover over the buttons. Next would come in the animation parts, when we'll be defining the keyframes by giving the name of the animation, which we have kept as shine. And then we'll be defining what should happen at 0%, what should happen at 60%, and then we'll come back to 2. So this is how we can address the challenge equivalency. If you need this code snippet, please look out in the description box below for these two files as day1.html and day1.css. If this video was insightful, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as it helps me to create more such insightful videos. Until then, happy coding.